bed? Were you writing a book? Were you a sleeper cell spy? Hey, Desperate Housewives superfans. Welcome back. I'm Christy Gomez.
I'm Summer Moran.
And this is We Know What You Did.
It makes us sick. We're going to tell.
I don't know what to say right now because we've just been yapping for the last hour and not recording. It's actually been 50 minutes since we got on this call, and I thought that was like a good 10. So I'm actually really shocked when I just looked at the time just now.
Yes, I have to be out of here in an hour and a half, so
Sick.
I can start us off with my moment of desperation.
Yeah, bring it in.
It's a good one. So, this past week, Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey gave a gift to anybody commuting on the New Jersey Transit. And basically, he was saying that because the NJ Transit has been so terrible with its service this year, he was going to give everybody a free week of NJ Transit. So you don't have to get a ticket, you just walk on as you please.
Okay,
So-
annoying because when we went on the NJ Transit, I bought tickets and they didn't scan them and then I couldn't return them.
That is correct. Yes, that happens a lot. So, friend of the pod Nicolette and I made this plan to go down the Jersey Shore this week on Wednesday. And the train is only free until September 2nd. So I was like, all right, we gotta go before then. I've had like a little bit of a cold this week, but I was feeling better. And I was like, all I want to do is sit on a beach and like get some sun and go in the water. Turns out this was the hottest day of basically the entire month. So it was like 95 degrees. It's so uncomfortably hot
At the beach too?
everywhere. But the first thing is, we get to the train at Penn Station, which I am almost late for because I simply had to stop for a chai in the morning, and I only left myself like 15 minutes to get to Penn Station. Then we get on the train, and it is going slow. As slow as molasses in January, I would say. And it took us much longer to get to the beach than it should have, which is, I guess, the reason why we were getting the train for free, because the service was like that. Unreliable, really slow, not good. So we finally get to the beach. It's after 12 p.m. and we were hoping to get there by like 11:30, the latest. And we go and get our little lobster rolls. We go sit on the beach. Okay, we're setting up. Now, we're like all the way in the back. So you know how the further you are from the water, the hotter it is?
Which beach were you at?
We were at Long Branch.
Okay.
It was just the quickest one to get to. So we're seated back there on our big blanket, and I realized very quickly that we are surrounded by teenagers. It was amateur hour at the beach. I don't know why there were so many teens there, but
Their
they
last
came out
weekend
in
of summer,
droves.
probably.
I guess so. I thought
Yeah.
the public schools had started already, but maybe not in Jersey. So, excuse me. So, after a while, we go all the way down like towards the water where it's much cooler. It's just so much more comfortable. And we lay there for a little while, and then we were like, all right, well, we have to go get the train to get back to the city. This whole time, I'm like, did I leave the air conditioning on for Blanche? Because it's going to be 95 degrees and cooking in New York City. And I was like, sure that I did, but because I was rushing out of the apartment, I didn't know. And Nicolette kept joking that Blanche was going to be roasted, and that like
That's
scared.
not nice.
I know she doesn't get it because she doesn't have a cat.
No,
but I was like, I need you
I
to
would
not
be
say
sobbing,
that.
crying.
Exactly. But I also kept telling myself, I have to trust that I would do that,
Yeah.
like out of habit, out of being a parent. So we start to pack up our things, and we're like, oh, we have like just enough time. Let's go get some ice cream. So we have to make this train at, say, 4 o'clock. Oh, 3:45. 3:45 is our train. So at 3:15, we leave the beach. We go over to the ice cream shop, which has a line out the door. And we wait for a few minutes, and then Nicolette was like, I'm not sure we can wait here for this ice cream. And I said, we need to because I need a milkshake. And she was like, I don't think we're going to make the train if we wait. Like, come on, let's just go. And I said, you know what? There's another ice cream place on the way to the train. Maybe if they don't have a line, we can go there. So we start walking down the boardwalk, and we pass the next ice cream place, which is actually a donut place. It's called Sunday Donuts. And we walk in right as this, like, family of 5 is walking in. So, of course,
brother.
they get in right ahead of us. Bear in mind, it's 3:31, and the train is a 15-minute walk away, and it leaves at 3:45.
When was the next train after that?
4:45.
Nice.
Yeah. So, the family of 5 is a mom and then, like, 2 daughters and the daughters' friends. So it's like one mother and a bunch of young kids. So, of course, they're, like, taking their time to order. The guy behind the counter, I kid you not, he cannot be more than, like, 17 or 18 years old. Because everybody who works at that beach is, like, a teenager. It's a summer job kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So those people order all their stuff, and he's, like, getting their donuts, getting their ice cream, whatever. Finally, I grab a tiny little water bottle, and I go, "Can I also please get a jelly donut milkshake?" The jelly donut ice cream sounded so good. It was, like, vanilla. It had punches of jelly and raspberry. I was like, ooh, this is going to hit. So, the teen behind the counter, whose name I learned was Adrian, goes to make my order after I said, "Can I get the jelly donut?" And his manager, who's, like, watching from the corner, goes, No, ring her up first." It was this man's first day on the job. So,
Oh my god.
So, he rings me up, he charges me. Between my little tiny water bottle and the milkshake, I'm paying about $11.
Not bad.
So it was, like, not terrible. So,
Oh, that's okay.
you know, $8
I was expecting
milkshake.
like 20.
Yeah, you would think so.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's 3:35. We have 10 minutes to make the train. And he goes over to make my milkshake. And I said, "Hey, I don't mean to be annoying, but I have a train in 10 minutes. And he was like, "Okay." Proceeds to move as slow as molasses in January. And he scoops the ice cream out. He's going really slow. He throws it into the blender. He takes the carton of milk. He's, like, inspecting the carton of milk. He puts a little bit in the blender. Then he puts a little bit more. And then he starts to blend it. And then all of a sudden, he, like, walks away from it. And I'm waiting there, so anxious. My palms are sweating. They do that anyway. But I'm sweating. My heart is pounding. And I'm like, I have to go. You can just give it to me like that. He comes back over to the blender with the manager. And she goes, "He has to learn how to make it right. I can't serve that to you."
Wait, what was wrong with it?
When I looked at the blender to see what she meant, it was like this mountain of ice cream drenched in milk, not at all blended. And here's the thing I told Nicolette was, it's ice cream and milk. I don't care what form it's in, I will take it.
That's vile.
And I said to the girl, "I have to make a train. Forget it. It's fine. I don't need it that bad." So I left there at 3:40.
Wait, but you paid for it and you just didn't take it?
I sure did.
You just gave them money?
I gave them free money. So now I'm upset about that. I don't have a milkshake. And I have 5 minutes to walk a 15-minute walk.
I could do it. I could have done it.
And I did. So Nicolette and I crossed the street in between the green. And we're running, we're sprinting. I am in rubber slides. So I'm basically running on a pool of my own sweat. Nicolette is behind me, and she's like, "These sandals won't stay on." And it's a straight shot up. So from the beach, it's literally just a straight line down. But you're on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
And you have to cross certain, like intersections where there are stop signs, and I have not run like this probably since Fitness Gram Pacer test. And then I'm slowing down, and then I have this water bottle in my hand. I throw it into a nearby dumpster, like over the fence. I was like, I gotta get rid of this. I'm sprinting, I'm heaving, I feel terrible. Nicolette is behind me, and I hear her talk to somebody, and she goes, oh, no, sorry. I don't know what that was about. So I run, and I hear at the train the conductor going, to New York, hurry up! And so I'm sprinting up to get there, and I'm like, you know what, the Navy SEAL thing, you're only at 40% capacity. And so I go faster. And then, as I'm going up the ramp right before you get onto the train, I fall. But
This is incredible storytelling today.
thank you. But the good news was, nobody saw me do it except for Nicolette. Because the way that the ramp is situated against the train platform, it was like I just ducked down and nobody saw me actually fall. I felt like I scraped my knee, it hurt a little bit. But the thing was, Nicolette and I both said this, if you're gonna fall, that's the place to do it, because nobody really sees you. You kind of just go into this little hideaway. So I pop back up, and I scream, to New York! And then Nicolette and I get on the train, and we had a very pleasant ride back. I think part of the reason it was so pleasant was because I fell asleep. But we were so beat, and I got dinner with my dad that night. It ended up being a very nice day, but we were getting on the train as it was pulling away. So that was my moment of desperation, and I said to Nicolette, I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast.
The crazy thing about this story is it reminds me of 3 separate instances.
Yes, I thought of that too. And as I was running, I was like, oh, this is how Christy felt.
I can do 3 times. I can tell you the time when I was really sick and
Yeah.
I literally almost got hit by the train because I ran.
Right.
Then there was the time, just a couple months ago when I was with you, when we got dropped off at the train 20 minutes early. And then it was 20 minutes late.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just sitting there. We never talked about that. For 40 minutes, no water, like nothing.
Right.
And then that time, remember when we went to Croton Harmon for the pumpkin
Oh,
plate?
brother.
It was like you, me, Hannah, Betty, and we're running to get to the train. I think the next one was like in an hour and a half.
Yep.
And we're running so fast, and you're like, guys, I have to slow down. And we go, we're gonna leave you! Like, I just, in my head, I see Hannah, like, racing like a gazelle. Like, the 3, we were fully ready to leave you behind if need be. None of us were stopping, and you were like, guys, stop. Guys, stop.
I'm not a runner.
This time you were, though. Wow.
Yeah. It's hilarious how everything old is new again. But I really tucked that one away because I said, oh, this is the perfect moment of desperation.
No, that's insane. Like, there's something about those trains, like, you're gonna run, but, like, you're gonna make it.
Right. Every time.
Yeah.
We've missed a ferry, but we've never missed a train.
Oh, yeah, we did miss the ferry. Yeah, I don't think I've missed a train. I like truly, at that one time I really almost got hit by the train because I wasn't about to miss it. I don't even remember getting on that train. I don't remember being on it.
Well, I think it's a testament to our dedication to getting where we need to go.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Why don't you take it away? Give us your moment.
Oh, brother. I've had an actually crazy week. But I think a lot of it was like illegal matters that I can't speak about. And it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I told you a long story. But what else happened to me this week? I went out. I feel like after this crazy story, this is nothing. But I went out. I've been out again every single night this week. I had a dinner or plans. And I, again, feel like I had to go to another party, and tomorrow I have to party again because I just kept being invited to things, and I kept saying yes because I'm a very popular girl. Also, I've realized after doing this podcast for a year, I've become such a better yapper. Have you felt that way? Like, I feel like now I can, like, being in public places with people I don't know very well, like, I'm just able to yap their ear off, which I actually hate doing, because then I'm like, oh my God, I'm an Aquarius, like, I'm talking too much, I don't want you to know this much about me, but if there's going to be an awkward silence, like, I'm going to fill it.
Right, sure.
Anyway, so I go out to dinner in Culver City with a friend of the pod, Alexis, and I was, like, trying to cancel, because, like, it was a bunch of her friends she hadn't seen in a while, and she was like, but I'll pick you up in my Uber. And I said, okay, whatever, I'll go. So we go to the dinner. It's like lovely. But like halfway through, I just hit a wall and I'm like nonverbal. Yeah. And I just want to go home. So we go home. We're in our Uber back. And we're just yapping together, just yapping. And our Uber driver suddenly goes, you girls believe in science? And we just start keeling over laughing. We're like, what do you mean? He meant astrology, but he said science for some reason. And we were like, yeah. And he goes, when are your birthdays? So we give him our birthdays. And he goes, oh. He goes, Aquarius and an Aries. He goes, wow, you are terrifying women. And he kind of started reading us like a book. He was like, wow, you guys are horrifying. People are scared of you. You bring huge energy. Like all this stuff. My God, what else did he say? I just remember cracking up laughing because he didn't even have my full birth chart. I just gave him my birthday. And he was like, yeah, you're really aggressive, terrifying. People are afraid of you. And then I'm about to get out of the car. I was like, well, thanks for the reading.
Yeah.
And he turns and he goes, you're going to be so successful and you're about to come into a lot of money. He goes, don't give up on anything.
Can I get this guy's number?
I was like, hey, do you have a card? Like, I want a real reading. And he's like, no, I just do it in the Uber for fun. Like, I just do it on the side. But he was like, no, like, you're about to come into a lot of money. Like, don't even worry. He was like, don't even worry. Don't even ever try to depend on a man for money. You're going to make it on your own. And I was like, well, yeah, I know. But it was really crazy. Like, everything he said, he just read me like a book. And he said to Alexis, he was like, yeah, you make men cry, don't you? And that was probably just based off our conversation we were having. But, no, it was truly unbelievable.
So that's incredible. I love that in LA that can just happen to you.
Yeah, I just got a random reading. But also, it was, he just said it based on our birthdays. He was like, well, I would need a full chart to really do everything. I was like,
right.
This is really crazy. But it's really interesting. And this is the only thing that truly keeps me afloat these days. Every tarot card reader, except for that one, every tarot card reader, every random psychic I've seen, all have said, you're going to be so successful. Everything you want's going to happen. Like, don't worry about it. So that's just why I stay in my delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
But
can't I make you understand? You're having
delusions of grandeur. Also, I texted you this last night, but we've officially been friends for 10 full years. And that's really disturbing to me that we started college 10 years ago.
Oh, you meant like 10 years ago today?
10 years ago this week, yeah.
That makes my stomach hurt.
I know, because I saw some of our classmates, like who we were kind of adjacent to. They all like they were like a friend group, and they got together to celebrate 10 years starting college. But yeah, I was like, that's so spooky. And that's why I went up to our Facebook messages, because we don't talk on Facebook often. So I was like, I wonder.
I mean, I feel like it was just that one time.
There was like a few other messages.
They were probably stupid, right?
They are really stupid, yeah. Like, I think it's just like sending stuff. But I don't know, the passage of time has really been freaking me out. It's been keeping me up all night, I think.
I completely understand. My birthday, as you know, is coming up next month. I know we talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, but it's strange to think about the years you didn't think about as a younger person. Like, I never envisioned life beyond a certain time.
What do you mean?
Like, I never thought about living past, like, 22, 23.
Okay, suicidal.
No, it's not like that. It's like I have never pictured myself, like I've never thought into the future. Like I'm very much somebody who lives in the now. So I have a really hard time thinking about, oh, what is my life going to look like when I'm 35, 36? Like I can't even begin to fathom that.
I get that. I don't try to do that. I think like when I was 18, 28 seemed so old to me.
Yeah.
And it seemed like such an adult age. Now I'm like, I'm literally a kid. What do you mean?
No, exactly.
Wait, I'm looking at our messages. Do you want to sleep over tonight so you don't have to get up early tomorrow to come to Staten? No.
You said no?
I said no. Of course I said no. I was going to sleep over at your house. I said my dad's here.
Did you ever sleep over at my house?
Excuse. No, I didn't want to. I said get me out of Staten Island.
And now you love Staten Island.
Love that crazy place.
You've been back so many times.
I have. But now it's like a novelty because I don't live in New York anymore. So it's like funny. Let's see. Help me with YouTube. Oh, just college stuff. Yeah, there's not many messages here.
Okay, can we briefly tell the story of the server? Because
what do you mean, the server?
Christy and I were in a sound design class
in
2016, and we had this really lovely teacher, shout out Terry Dame, who...
This was a crazy era for Summer. Like, Summer was really like an investment friend.
Wait, what is that? I've never heard that term.
You are so different from like when I first met you. You were a little cuckoo, but I was like... something about this girl, like, I'll keep her around, I guess. But, like,
invested at 0 likes.
I was like, all right, personal investment. But, like, we'd be in this class, and, like, I've evolved a lot, but I think I've always kept my, like, cool as a cucumber attitude.
Yeah.
So, I'm just sitting in class, and our professor's doing roll call. And she goes, Christy Gomez, here. That's my best friend! Summer goes, that's my best friend.
But you were my best friend.
But we're in a college class.
Okay.
And you just go, that's my best friend.
I wanted everyone to know. My best friend.
But I'm an Aquarius, you can't do that to me, so I'm just being like this.
And so our teacher had this policy. Our teacher had this policy with every assignment that you had to save the assignment like in a specific folder or something. To this day, I don't really know what it meant. And the first one I did incorrectly, so I didn't save it where she wanted me to save it. And I didn't know what she wanted me to do. But with the next assignment, I forgot to save it. So I asked Christy to do it for me if she could like run into the computer lab while she was still there and save it for me. And, you know, you were gracious enough to do that. And the teacher was actually, she commended me on saving the assignment the right way. We had a total of 4 assignments in this class. So the first one I saved incorrectly. The second one, Christy saved correctly for me. The third and fourth, you guessed it, I saved incorrectly.
I will never forget her going, Summer, I really just don't understand because you did it correctly last week, so what changed? And I just went, Wow, you re-terrorized her. Or that time, remember that app, House Party?
Oh my god!
And you and Anthony were like on House Party.
I forgot about that.
In the middle of class.
Guys, for those who don't know, House Party was like FaceTime.
It was like a weird FaceTime, but like anybody could join. I don't know. So they were like on House Party together, like from across the room. And then our professor said something about it, and they were like, oh, sorry, like our phones, like they must have both gone off. Like they made some like really bad excuse, and I just went from across the room.
Yeah.
No, that was so great. That was crazy.
This is a great tears check. Oh, look at that. That one is sliding down my cheek. Oh my God, there it goes.
Oh, wow. I'm literally cutting that out.
No,
they don't want to
please
see your
leave it.
tears.
They want to see my tears.
They don't want to see your tears.
The people, give them what they want.
And what they want is not your tears.
They want
I
to
just
see my
have
tears.
so, like, I don't remember a lot of college. I just have, like, flashes of these crazy things that happened.
Yeah.
Or not even crazy, just, like I don't know what I did on my day-to-day, but...
Right. I want to say I do remember everyone else having homework, and I really didn't.
I don't know why you think you didn't have homework.
I don't remember doing homework.
I just think it's funny how everybody had an internship, and you didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, I'm still confused by that.
Yeah. It's very much like that TikTok sound, like, I'm sitting in the library every day applying to every single internship under the sun, like, and then you're walking home to the ferry like, I'm spinning like a ballerina. I'm on the phone with my mom crying because I don't have an internship. But,
Well, I didn't know we were supposed to do that.
so, like, when you would get on the elevator and you get off on the 5th floor where all of our classes were, and you'd see a whole board right in front of the elevator of all the places where people were interning that semester. You just didn't think about it.
So I'm going to be really honest. I have, like, tunnel vision,
Yeah.
but, like, for real, where I don't see stuff. It's actually part of the problem that my mom and I had when we lived together, because I would, like, step over a pile of clothes, and she would be like... Why aren't you picking that up? And I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, because I didn't see it. My brain blocked it out. And so I think the same thing in college. If there was some kind of mysterious internship board that you're not just making up, my brain blocked it out. Like,
Sometimes
I didn't
think-
physically see it.
Sometimes I think you need to be studied in a lab.
I said that to Nicolette yesterday. That's so weird.
That
and
you
I will
need to
tell
be
you
studied
why.
in a lab, or her?
That she does.
Oh.
Because I will tell you why. Well, first thing was yesterday, or whenever we went to the beach, we bought snacks before we got there, and she bought a Crunch Bar, and she's like, oh, I really want a Crunch Bar. Now, like I said, it was 95 degrees, and by the time she took out the Crunch Bar, it had liquefied. And so she's, like, squishing it around in her hands, and she's going, this is going to be my science experiment. And I was like, oh, that's interesting behavior. But she also told me about 2020. This was, like, middle of lockdown. She drank 3 5-hour energies as a science experiment. And I said, what possessed you to do that? And she said, I wanted to know if it would give me 15 hours of energy or 5 hours of a lot of energy. And she said, I had 1 hour of extreme energy, and then I got nauseous for the rest of the day.
I kind of love that. I love her. I don't know why I don't talk to her more.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I was like, okay, why did you do that? She was like, it was just my science experiment for COVID. And I said, you need to be studied in a lab.
I know. I think that's so valid of her. Like, what else were you going to do? Of course, it's a time to test the limits of your body. Okay, but we're learning now that the listeners love the yap. Like, they love the moment of desperation. We're so happy that you guys actually like hearing us talk instead of just whatever I'm trying to say. Just
review
talk
the
about
episode.
Do you think straight men find us funny?
I don't think we have any straight listeners. Straight
No, like
male
just
listeners.
in general.
Well,
Because I feel like our humor, and honestly, like, this is a good thing. I think if our humor is really only for the girls and the gays, I think that's we have top tier humor.
yeah.
Um, but like I just note like when I'm in the office and I have this thing wrong with me where like I was saying this to a friend of the pod, Jazz, because she's kind of the same way. It's like when I don't know somebody very well, I can't just have a conversation. I'm performing. You have to laugh at my jokes. You have to like think I'm the most charming and amazing person in the whole world. So that's how I operate at work every single day. And like when I'm with the girls and the gays, they're all laughing, haha, belly laughing. I'm the funniest person in the world. But like the straight men in the office, they just kind of look at me. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm actually extremely charming and extremely funny. Maybe you should refer to my podcast and you would know that.
It might depend on your environment because all the men that I've been with think I'm hilarious, but like it's a different context. Like we're not working together.
Right.
Well,
but just
sometimes.
like in a yikes. But just in like a platonic, like work related situation.
Yeah. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, I know. So if there's any straight men listening to the pod, do you think we're funny? Or maybe like a boyfriend of a girl who is listening to the pod, let us know your thoughts. And if you don't think that we're funny, then that's probably the highest of compliments.
But also say we're funny.
Yeah.
So this is season 3, episode 3. It's called A Weekend in the Country. And we open on Orson's dream montage of his honeymoon to Bree. So he's so excited for this honeymoon. He's like, oh, we're going to be so relaxed. We're going to have so much sex. And he's getting all excited. And there they are in the airport. They're waiting to board the plane. And Orson steps away to go get a coffee before they get on. And on the airport television, there is a news report of Andrew because this news reporter is doing a story on homeless teenagers. And this horrifies Bree.
I quoted what the news reporter said. She said, he goes, alcoholic mother and father murdered by mother's boyfriend. Which is exactly what happened, but like putting it that way seems so lowbrow. And like little do they know that this is like a very rich, wealthy family, son of a heart surgeon, and a trad wife. Is a trad wife.
Traditional
People keep
wife.
saying that. Oh, is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was what it was, because it should be trad wife then. Traditional, not trad.
So you just used it without knowing what it meant?
Well, I kind of figured that, like, it, like, had to be in the realm, but I didn't know it stood for something. I'm not Gen Z, so. Bree sees this on TV, and even though Andrew has been doing this for the last 7 months, I guess seeing it made it all the more real. So now she's like, oh my God, I can't go on this honeymoon. Like, I have to go find Andrew right now.
I hated that. I think she should have just taken the honeymoon.
Yeah, because, like, on one hand, because Orson was like, let's just go on the honeymoon, we'll get him after. Because on one hand, it's like, this has already been going on, but now that he's on TV and she knows about it, that's like, you never know what could happen in, like, the weeks that they're away. So I kind of get her.
Oh my goodness, if he's made it 7 months, he can make it 7 more.
Oh my God, she was so Finding Nemo, though. She said, I have to find my son. Where's my dad? I'm all alone. I'm so scared. I'm out here on my own.
I actually did feel kind of bad for Orson, though, because he was so excited, and he just got that ripped away, and the tickets were non-refundable.
Yeah, well, he has the money, so it's okay. Then it is a holiday weekend on Wisteria Lane. Lynette is leaving and telling Tom to get a job. Okay, I resonated so, like, in a probably toxic way, resonated with Lynette really well. Yeah, so she's leaving. She goes, just get a job, find a job, Tom. We're running out of money, even though she's like the SVP of something.
Yeah, I felt bad because Tom is actively not looking for a job. I wrote shocking.
Yeah. But
What?
I don't know, I just malfunctioned.
Okay, so then Gabby is on the phone with Carlos. She's yelling at him. Susan is also on the phone. She's getting ready to go to the mountains. And then Bree is on the phone with the reporter. She's trying to get information about Andrew's whereabouts. Can't get them. And I wrote that Danielle only cares about being homecoming queen.
Yeah, Danielle kind of ate her up a little bit though. She was like, "Well, you left him on the side of the road. I'm here too. Like, oh my God, this is so bad. This is gonna ruin my reputation." Bree tells Orson the truth about what happened and that she left him on the side of the road, and he's totally okay with it. He was,
No,
he's like,
Orson supports women's rights and women's
he
wrongs.
is. He's literally. I can't believe she's married to feminists.
Yes,
Rex and Orson. Why
it's
did we say
true.
Rex was a feminist again? Oh, because he didn't want Bree waiting on him hand and foot.
Oh, right.
Um, so Bree's like, I have to go get my son. I'm finding him. And then Danielle goes, my boyfriend died right in front of me. I'm also traumatized. And Bree and Orson kind of just look at each other and then leave. That's probably the last we're ever going to hear about the drama ever again.
Yeah, I actually don't even remember that, and I watched this episode earlier today.
Yeah, she was just a quick note, but I think it was a good like throwaway, like, okay, yeah, she has trauma from this, but we're never gonna speak about it ever again, just so you guys know.
Then we go to Gabby and Lynette, who are together at this spa, and they're getting massages. Gabby's phone rings, and she's like, no, I have to get it. I'm waiting for the divorce lawyer to call. But it's Tom, and Tom is calling for Lynette, and Lynette does not want to talk to him. I don't blame her.
Yeah, so he threw his back out while camping with the kids. But why was he there by himself with like 10 kids in the woods?
Wait, what do you mean 10 kids? Is it not just his kids?
Well, it is, but like that's a lot of kids. I can't count them right.
Oh.
Because it was Kayla, Penny, like a baby,
Yeah.
basically triplets, and a dog. Like that's a lot of kids for one man. They should have at least had like, well, I guess the kids don't really have any friends, but somebody. Why was he on a camping trip alone? Is all I want. Like, there's no way that you can handle those all in the
Because
woods
Tom bites off more than he can chew.
all the time. But yeah, he's just laying there. He goes, I don't know what happened. My back just got thrown out again. I need help.
He wants Lynette to leave her vacation early to come help him, and it's so unfair.
Yeah, she should just let it be.
Yeah,
That'll
she
be
should have said
fine.
no, call somebody else.
Yeah. Anyway, so then Gabby is now alone on her, oh wait, no. Susan.
Yeah, do you want me to take it?
Yeah.
So then we're at this log cabin in the mountains with Susan and Ian, and this is going to be interesting.
I hated them together. Like, I just don't like this at all. I think they have no chemistry, and it just feels so forced. And like that's the whole
No,
point. That
I
they're just, like,
disagree.
forcing it. You really?
I disagree. I like him. I like her. I think she is purposely sabotaging it because she subconsciously is holding out for Mike, which obvious, I get that.
Yeah.
But Ian is such a good guy, and Susan likes a lot of toxic men, and then the one toxic man she didn't like fell into a coma. So, you know.
I guess like he's good, but I don't feel like, again, we say Terry Hatcher can have chemistry with the wall, but like I don't see it with them.
Really,
Like she has more
I disagree.
chemistry with Paul Young to me than
Well, of course she does.
than with this man. Like when they kiss, it just looks so awkward. Like they're both like, I don't like it. I didn't like it. So then Lynette and Nora, I forgot her name when I was writing this, so I just wrote Lynette and Crazy. Are fighting, are fighting over who's gonna help Tom, and it's like if I were Lynette, I'd say go do it. Fine. You
Yeah,
handle
because it's
it.
like an 8-hour drive away up to the campsite.
Yeah. Um, and then Gabby's alone at her spa vacation now, and she's going through divorce, so she's seeing all these couples and really sad. Gabby needs to decenter men from her life too. Like, girl.
But she's not going to do that because who does she run into, Christy?
John Rowland.
I
It was
hate
actually,
John Rowland.
yeah, but it was kind of nice to see him. He
I
had a
disagree.
crazy trajectory in the last 3 years, but he looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, she sees John Rowland. Well, she just hears a voice. It's like, "Whoa, look at you." Obviously, it's John. And she goes, Who's that? Who's there?" I think you know.
And then we go to Bree, who is looking for Andrew. She's handing out missing posters. She comes upon a person. Now this was like 2006, right? So there is a name for this type of person that would have been used in 2006 that I don't think we're going to be using now. Speaks to this person and asks if they've ever seen Andrew, and the person is like, "Oh, no, I never have." I just wrote that this dates the show because I feel like we wouldn't see that type of character in this context anymore.
Really? I feel like you would more so now.
Really?
Yeah, because people, they love having the trans and everything in the show.
No, but like the connotation.
Like, you
I
mean
think,
like trying to
of-
be derogatory?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because it just
Like,
kind
it-
of comes across as, oh, it's funny because this person cross-dresses,
Right.
you know?
Okay. Like how in Friends people are so mad because Chandler's dad,
Yeah.
like they just make jokes about Chandler's dad being
Yeah.
a girl. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean, but cut. This was when times were better, and I like that it was a gag.
I know, me too. But please
Ugh.
cut that out.
I know. Anyway, so yeah, meets this drag queen prostitute named Pearly Gates. And
I do love the name.
No, I was kind of obsessed. And she asks where Andrew is, and Pearly is like, "I see a lot of teens. I've never seen this one. He's cute though." And then I think she sees like Andrew in the bushes or something, or we see him.
And then we're right back to Ian and Susan. So they're talking about Ian's romantic past, and it comes out that he's only been with Jane because he met her while they were still in school. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, like that's actually really cute." And Ian is like, No. And he's asking about how many people she's been with, and she says 9. And then she feels like he's judging her, but I didn't get that sense. I felt like she was overreacting.
No, he was judging her.
I didn't get that
Immediately
sense.
he went, 9? Oh my god, that's so many. And she was like, well, I knocked off 2 is actually 11. And he goes, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm not as experienced as you." But I feel like being with one person your whole life, you're probably better off than, like a man at least, better off than being with 11
Right.
different women. So I don't see, I think that this was, for people of their age, like, why are you guys talking about that?
So,
Like, you were married so long. She
just for
hasn't been married
clarity's
that
sake,
long.
there is a double standard, yes?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Because if it were the other way around, oh, of course. If it were, because if it's a woman who has 11 partners, oh my god, she's a slut whore. If a man has 11 partners,
Right.
it's probably 11 in 1 year. We support women's rights and wrongs.
I love women. I love being one.
Yeah. I love being a girl. We were talking about this in our group chat earlier, but I love being a girl's girl. Like, I will go up to bat for the girls. Like, I don't care what you've done. You killed a man? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. You probably deserved it.
I love being a girl.
Yeah, it's literally the best. I don't know why anybody would want to be.
I know, it's like so much fun just like being a girl.
I think about it all the time. I love giggling with the girls. I love, like, just being a girl. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl.
I like
Oh.
I like getting to like dress up and like put little eyelashes on.
I like going to Pilates and I like getting my nails done. I like traveling the world to see a band of brothers. I love having Barbie all over my room.
Yeah, I enjoy styling my hair. And
I'm good at styling my hair. I love doing my
I know.
skincare regime every night.
You do love doing your skincare regime. I'm not good at doing my skincare regime. But I enjoy owning 6-inch bright pink platform heels.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy whatever this thing is. My butterfly clip.
Interesting. I love wearing crop tops and um, wearing little like booties and I love my little bikini at the pool, my little Barbie floats. I love watching
Yeah, I love
reality
your Barbie float.
TV.
I love wearing
Um,
flowers in my hair, just like one flower on this side or one on this side, never both, but I enjoy gossiping.
I love gossiping. I love being in the CAA. I love getting my little Starbucks drink in the morning and my little iced
Yes.
coffee.
Yes, I enjoy adding sugar to every meal.
I love not eating meat because meat is for men.
And me. Me.
Me. What else is? I love drinking water.
I love having this as my phone case.
Oh, I love that. I love having a
Thank you.
cat. Like being a girl with a cat.
Yes. Yes.
Being a childless cat lady is
Yeah.
elite.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
drinking
not
like a
giving birth.
matcha. Love not giving birth. I love.
I love using emojis in text.
I love emojis. Those are literally just for girls.
Yeah.
I love posting on Instagram with the girls. I'm like, yeah, look at me. Instagram is for girls only. Like these are all my friends.
Right. I love having a podcast.
Love having a podcast. I love yapping.
Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun.
I love having a framed photo of Audrey Hepburn in my living room and also in my bedroom and also in my hallway.
I love having framed pictures of Taylor Swift in my home and all my Beverly Hills hotel art.
I love wearing bows in my hair.
I love going to the salon and getting highlights.
I love sweet pea scented hand lotion.
I love my vanilla Frenchie body oil.
I love K18.
K18's good. I love watching like Disney Channel movies.
Yeah.
Like High School. I love relating to Sharpay and Hannah Montana.
Yes, yes. I love fawning over a fictional man.
Fictional specifically, because those are the only
Correct.
good ones.
Yeah.
I love going in a group chat and making fun of a man.
Yes, I love texting my girls only group chat a picture of whatever man I'm dating at the time and saying I promise he's more handsome in person.
I love roasting the man that you're dating for being ugly and old and an alcoholic.
Yes, I love wearing Disney ears in everyday life.
We gotta wrap this up at some point.
The listeners are like, this is a different podcast now. All right, one more each. We finish on a strong note.
Okay, I love being a pretty cool girl in the office in my fun little outfits every day.
I love being super pretty at work and having everybody fall all over me and batting my eyelashes to get whatever I want.
Me too. It literally works. Like either I'm an aggressive girl boss or I'm like, can you please help me?
I love.
What?
Wait, we are if doe eyes and siren eyes were people.
Wait, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you bat and I go like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Too bad I can't wink. I can really use a siren eye. But I can't
We're gonna workshop
seductively
it.
wink. My face can't do it.
Okay, stop saying can't.
It's muscle.
It looks painful for you. Yeah, actually, you know what?
I
Some
can't.
things are
I
not.
can't wink. It's a physical thing. Like how some people can't like that. Can you do that?
Oh no, I can't.
Yeah, it's like a muscular thing.
God gave you the tongue clover, and God gave me winking.
Yeah. So, I don't even know
So-
where we were.
So Gabby is with John Rowland, and he's talking about his accomplishments. He's actually come very far. He's leveled up in the world, and they start making out.
So how old is John supposed to be here? Like 21?
Yeah.
So he's 21 years old with a huge landscaping company. And then Nora and Lynette are in the car. And I feel like I've been in this I don't know why, but I feel like I've been in this conversation with Lynette. I have never related to Lynette harder than in this scene because Nora's being insane. And Lynette goes, "You're colorful in a way that might respond to medication."
Yeah. It's a really good insult.
No, it is.
Do you know who that made me think of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Nora, I gasped due to my trauma. Nora takes the wheel and like starts spinning the car around and almost hits a bunch of cars with Lynette. And then Lynette tells her she should kill herself.
You know what? Yeah. This was a pretty intense scene for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, she basically says like, "Nora, you're better off dead." And then Nora jumps out of the car and flags down a truck and gets in. And Lynette's like, "Okay, whatever, do whatever you want, I don't care." Like, Lynette truly, like, she was like, "Well, you know, if you did kill yourself, it might solve
kind of
a lot
like-
of problems."
She was like, I'm just saying. Like, Lynette, how are you going to defend that?
I miss the early 2000s. This is so
I feel
funny.
like we can't really talk about killing yourself anymore because, like,
No.
obviously it's triggering for people, but, like, I know there are certain people I can joke around with and be like, oh, kill yourself. Like, you're one of them. That,
Yeah, you say it to me all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I think once
Christy,
a week
kill
you
yourself
text me
challenge.
KYS. No, in high school, I would say it all the time. I'd be like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, kill your..." Like, it was just like a thing.
Everybody was saying it, yeah.
Everyone, I'd be like, I'd be like writing a paper being like, "Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself." Or I'd be like, "You should kill yourself." Or like somebody would get the last mac and cheese. I'd be like, "Kill yourself."
Yeah.
But we're not allowed to say it anymore. Actually, I don't, because now that I've adapted more high vibrational language, rarely do I say that. So I'll say
Yeah, I'll
kill
only say it-
yourself, but I won't say it about myself.
Right. And I feel like I only say it to you and, like, maybe one other person.
Yeah. But like this show started off with suicide, so
Right. That's true.
you know. But
So
wait,
then
you would think, hold on, you would think Lynette
Yeah.
would be a little bit more
You know what?
now that I'm realizing this. Lynette's best friend indeed died to suicide. So you'd think she'd be like a little bit more empathetic with that and not
Died
joke
to
about
suicide.
it. Killed by self.
Died of suicide.
But yeah,
Died
you'd think
by
she-
suicide.
You'd think she'd be a little bit more empathetic.
Died from suicide. But you picked two? Suicide is not, like, standing there with a knife.
And I mean, it is your darkest demons. So it kind of is.
Real. So then we go to Julie, who is working on a school project, and it involves electricity. So she's like all excited, but then suddenly the power goes out. So she trudges on over to Edie's, knock, 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 and guess who answers? Austin.
This was so funny to me because it just feels so forced.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't hate it. Like, it's okay. Like, these two have way more chemistry to me than Susan and Ian. Like, it's just so funny when he opens the door and Julie's like, ugh, there you are again, not wearing a shirt. Oh, my God, stop. You have your 6-pack, 12-pack abs. Oh, my God, don't look at me. Like, yeah, you can come over, but you better put a shirt and pants on.
I love Julie.
Me too.
Julie!
But basically he goes, yeah, like, I'll help you out. Give me a second. And then we're back to... Wait, also, have we realized that in season 2 finale, Susan's house was charcoal? And now it is suddenly 7 months later, fully rebuilt.
Right.
And in perfect condition, like it had never been burned down.
Right.
So that was interesting. So then we are back at Ian's house, and Susan's like trying to sleep, and Ian just walks in to apologize.
Well, he did knock.
Yeah. Yeah, so he goes into Susan's room to apologize, and they kiss, and it's awkward to me. And then he keeps slut-shaming her.
No, he wasn't. She was being difficult.
No, he was like, oh, I'm just very insecure because you've so many partners and you've been with everybody in the world and you've
I feel like he was putting it on him.
Yeah,
No,
but
I feel like
it's
he was
still just,
really
like,
putting it on him.
They still could have just left it alone. Like, they just didn't need to have that conversation.
I don't know. I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't know. He bothers me. So then Bree goes to the homeless shelter, and Andrew is there, and she confronts him, and he's like, you left me on the side of the road. I'm fine. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I feel really bad for her.
Me too.
So then we're back in the car with Lynette, who is driving. She's listening to music. I think she's like eating something. And she pulls up to find Nora on the side of the road, and she picks her up. And then they're driving together up to the campsite again. And Nora talks about how Lynette has, like, the perfect life. And Lynette is like, what on earth are you talking about?
And she also says, she's like, hey, that suicide joke, like, really hit home. Because I guess Nora previously did try to herself. And I said the lighting looked really weird in this scene. Like, it was not well lit. And I think they had to correct it. It just didn't look good. But... yeah, so she's like, your life is perfect, and Lynette's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and specifically what I quoted was, I have a husband who refuses to get a job.
Yeah.
Because I was like, so real, like, just get a job. And then Tom also, are you frozen? No, you're just sitting.
Just existing.
Nora reveals that Tom told her that he actually hates advertising. And Lynette is shocked by that, but I feel like that's something we kind of did know. Did we not?
I feel like it isn't a secret.
Like, obviously. But he did beg her to get job in the firm. So.
Right.
Whatever. He's such a beta.
Beta male.
Tom is a beta male breeder.
And then we're back with Julie and Austin. Austin is there fixing the circuit breaker. He's got like his arm wrapped around her while he's doing it. Blanche, can you not do that? Blanche, mama. Blanchie, can you come over here? Stop that. All right, you can just cut that out.
Yeah. So they're like cozied up in the closet next to the circuit breaker, and then Edie just randomly walks into the house, and she asks where her CD player is because she lent it to Susan when she still liked her, and Julie reveals that it's at the hospital with Mike. However, this house did indeed burn down, so wouldn't have the CD player gone with it? Like, they just want us to forget that her house burned down.
No, that's a great point.
Yeah, like the CD player would have melted. The house, there was no foundation left. Blanche has got to stop.
I know.
Blanche has got to wrap that up.
So then we see that Gabby and John have just slept together in his hotel room. He gets a call and starts freaking out because his fiance is on her way up, and he tells Gabby she needs to leave. It's just incredibly ironic.
Yeah. So the fiance is also the daughter of the hotel chain. So John's kind of sleeping his way to the top. And he's like, you got to get out. But okay, when she called, he immediately gives a room number. He didn't have to do that. He could have said, oh my God, I'm heading out right now. Like, I'll meet you in the lobby. Like, so many,
Yes.
He could have done so many things, in that moment to buy them some time that he just didn't, or could have just not answered the phone.
Right.
So Gabby needs a place to hide. So she hides in the, suitcase. But also Tammy, is her name Tammy?
Yeah.
Wow, I finally got one right. Tammy walks in. She's this very early 2000s-esque blonde heiress. And she walks in and she goes, oh my God, Daddy was supposed to give you a suite. And he was like, oh, let's go change rooms. She goes, no, they're all booked up.
Like,
Why would you say that then if you know they're booked up? That kind of bothered me. I didn't like that. So then he's like, okay, I need to take the suitcase. It's broken. And Gabby left her watch. So she's like, oh my God, babe, what's this diamond watch? And he goes, that's for you. And then he goes into the elevator and he gets out, and Gabby, gets out of the, I don't like it when you mute yourself. Then I feel like I'm talking to nobody. I need the ambient noise.
Blanche again. Blanche, you have to get out of this room. Go. 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 Out. Stop. She's my kid.
I can't believe you've had a cat for 4 whole years.
I know. I
Like,
said that to her today.
Thought I was going to have to take care of this cat.
No, I said that to Blanche today because she found a new hiding spot, and I was like, do you realize that after 4 years you just found a new hiding spot? And then I was like, Blanche, we've been friends for 4 years.
Where was it? See, this is what freaks me out of the passage of time. When you got Blanche, we had only known each other for 6 years, which is like, okay, but 10 years, that sounds like that's a big number.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, I guess it's maybe the pandemic, but the last like 6 years, like we graduated college 6 years ago. That's freaky.
Yeah, that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, like that doesn't compute in my mind. Like, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. So then Susan is trying to sleep while Ian is playing music, and I found that to be a little rude.
Oh, brother, this guy can't win for losing with you.
I really don't like him.
And then Bree is gardening, and Orson is trying to comfort her about everything that's happened with Andrew. She's being really hard on herself, and Orson is just trying to be supportive, but Bree won't let herself have any grace.
And then Gabby's like having breakfast or something, and John returns the watch, and she goes, you're really hard to stay mad at. He's like, okay. And then she's like,
I disagree.
Me too. And then she's like, okay, well, we should continue this affair, now that I'm single. And he's like, well, I'm not now. Like, roles have reversed. But also, again, he's engaged at 21. That's insane.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to get married at 21 years old? You don't even have a frontal lobe. You barely drink alcohol.
Right.
That's crazy of you. You're a kid. But he's like, I'm engaged now, and I love Tammy. I don't want to have that kind of marriage. And she's like, oh, interesting.
It's actually quite sad.
Yeah, because Gabby she lost it all. However, I just think, like, I think divorce is very chic, and I think, Gabby being, like, a power divorcee, like a predatory divorcee like Edie, I think that's so chic. Like, freshly divorced, like, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Like, why are you so sad about it?
So then Orson goes to Andrew, gives him like $100 and says, I'll give you 50 more if you let me take you to lunch.
And when he gives him the money, Andrew goes, what do you want for this?
Yeah. And so Orson just wants to talk to him. They sit down at like this shady little burger joint, and Orson starts... He really steps up. I don't know.
He did, and I thought this was such a good scene with this character because, like, he's kind of our villain of the season. We think he's shady. We don't know what's going on with him. But on the other hand, he's really showing up as being such an amazing husband and father, which is such, like, I'm not going to keep comparing it to the Applewhites all season, but, like, yes, something complex and not just somebody being, like, weird and shady the whole time.
Right, right.
But yeah, basically he's like, listen, but then he does say something, like, because he's doing this really good thing for Bree and, trying to get the family together and, like, loves her to so good. But he says, he's like, I know about rage. So it makes you think, like, what do you mean by that? He's like, I know about rage. You don't want it to, like, you're just going to ruin yourself. Like, when is punishing her enough? Because he's like, until you overdose, until you do this, until you do that, like, you're just hurting yourself. And it kind of resonates with Andrew. He's like, oh, like, he's been doing all this because he's like, it's still upsetting my mom. It's like, but all you're doing is ruining your life to make her
it's
upset.
cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Exactly. And then Lynette's in the car, and she's like, Tom, you should find another job. Lynette, this entire episode has been like, Tom, get a job. Tom doesn't have a job. Hey, kill yourself. Tom, get a job. I feel like that's me in a nutshell.
She does tell him to cast a wider net so he doesn't have to just stay in the bubble of advertising if he doesn't like it.
Yeah, which was nice. Oh my God,
Blanche, you have to stop.
So then Edie goes to see Mike to get the CD player. And she's just kind of yapping to him and then eats chocolate and then turns back around and then has a shocked look on her face. And then Andrew comes home. What?
Yeah, in the outro, Andrew comes home and, most notably, Mike wakes up.
Looking very confused. He just, like, he kind of looks like an NPC a little bit. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, Mike wakes up with Edie in attendance. Dun, 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 dun. And I think that's what annoys me, because it's like, Susan, you've been sitting by Mike's side for 6 straight months, and then you decided to go into the mountains.
I know.
With this man who talks like he's drunk all the time. And now look what happens.
No, when you're right, you're right.
Yeah, and I am always right.
Well, that's another story for another day. Thank you all so much for listening. That is the end of our episode.
That's the end of the episode, guys. Do all of the things. Thank you for letting us yap. And, we're just girls being girls.
We put some new merch in our Printify shop, so definitely check that out, please.
Yeah, check it out. Buy all the merch.
Buy one of everything.
Buy one of everything, please. And until next time, this has been We Know What You Did.
It makes us sick. We're going to tell. And y'all come back now. Yeah.
Bye bye.